call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the Queen City of Cincinnati and Paul Brown Stadium, right on the banks of the Ohio River. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Good. 180. Coming to you. Check 13.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Foles. They're connecting here with DJ Shark. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 22. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 7, Dalton. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Andy Dalton. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Leonard Fournette. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Foles. The open man is Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Here's Foles. And that will be incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They've just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Passing, it's Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Yannick Ngakoue make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals.
Watch the screen. Pass it.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Looking to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Vigil. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Back to you. 54's Mike.
He'll look to throw. And he completes it to Westbrook. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. Past the 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Leonard Fournette with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And it's now 14-0. 14, Bengals nothing. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. At their own 31-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll take a shot for the end zone. That's going to be caught. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's a run with Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd and goal, Dalton toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Heads up, lead. Right there, 54 Mike. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Dalton on 3rd and goal. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon, and think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football? It says finish on it, because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
Great.
First down, Jacksonville.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
They'll look to throw here on first down. That's out to his running back, Fournette. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Evans came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Here we go. Check and look. Check the call. Check the call. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. I got one. 29 is the Mike. Under. Watch the pass.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line.
First down, Jaguars.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. On 2nd and 9, Foles. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. To try again after the sack. Dalton, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Josh Allen, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And he'll take it just outside the 40. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Fournette. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Jesse Bates, who led the Bengals in tackles as a rookie, there to make the stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
All day, baby, all day. Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
I got one. Here we go.
2nd and 6. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, 3rd down. They've gone to the 2nd quarter in Buffalo. The Bills have taken an early lead against the Dolphins. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
He'll look to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags 1st down. Foles now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. They'll hand to Armstead. So he got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
At the 17-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, where we go?
They'll look to throw here. And now he'll tuck it and run. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
1st down, Jacksonville.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for D.B. Westbrook. Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Set the tone, defense.
Zebra.
49. Check 49.
Fournette running out of the gun. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And Lambeau will put this one through. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. Open man is Ross, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there. Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. And Bullock will put this one through. And a second field goal here gets them back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. On 2nd and 12, Foles. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
They're going to look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Ross on the return. That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
He's crashing.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. Give him 17 and a Cincinnati first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Lead. 44. I got him. Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Watch the edge. Jim.
Back to Mixon on first down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
44. There you go.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He gets this one to Boyd. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Be a long day for you. You go tight. Move. You got tight right there.
Dalton here from the gun. Green brings it in. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. And the Bengal fans are probably saying, where has that been?
And they have to, because everyone wants to talk about having a balanced offense. But these two, Andy Dalton, A.J. Green, their connection is vital to their chances of winning.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Third down and 2.
Hands up. Lead. Mike's 5-4. We ain't giving up nothing to go.
Dalton. And that is incomplete.
These guys had to settle for a field goal their last time moving the ball down the field. They may have to do it again on this drive. That could be frustrating.
Yeah, I don't want to be cliche, but at least they were able to get 3 last time. 3 here, not the worst thing in the world.
A 32-yard attempt.
Bullock's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice.
25-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now, there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
What we got?
After the penalty, it's Fournette. He'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Pick! Watch the screen! 29 is the money. Hey, Charlie! Pick it up!
Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 26 yards. First down, Jaguars.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll get 3 up to midfield.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's go, great.
Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the slash.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Skate situation. Let's go. Motion.
Under.
50 seconds. Mike, 50 seconds.
Now Foles. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll set up to throw. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. Give him 7 on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
He's going to let this go deep for Lee. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run forward with Fournette. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Leonard Fournette with his 14th